The crowd gathers along the Thames as a limp, half-drowned man is dragged onto the muddy riverbank. Instead of chest compressions or mouth-to-mouths, the rescuer reaches for a peculiar kit hanging nearby, a bellows, a pipe, and a pouch of tobacco. The tube is inserted rectally, and puffs of smoke are pumped into the man's body. The crowd waits, whispering with anxious hope. To them, this is not a cruel joke, but cutting-edge medicine. This is the bizarre history of the tobacco smoke enema practice, once hailed as life-saving science. The origins of this treatment trace back to Native American practices, where tobacco was used in a variety of ritual and medicinal ways, including the blowing of smoke for cleansing or revival. European explorers adapted the idea, distorting it into a medical procedure. By the 18th century, British physicians had embraced the notion that tobacco smoke, blown into the rectum, could stimulate warmth and breathing in drowning victims. The logic was rooted in the medical theories of the time. The body was thought to be governed by balance and stimulation, and tobacco was believed to possess invigorating properties. By the mid-1700s, the practice became standardized. The Royal Humane Society, dedicated to saving drowning victims, went so far as to install tobacco enema kits along the banks of major rivers like the Thames. Much like modern defibrillator stations, these kits contained a bellows, pipe, and supply of tobacco, ready for immediate use. Manuals instructed rescuers on how to deliver the treatment. Insert the tube into the rectum. Light the tobacco and pump smoke directly into the body. The belief was that this would warm the victim, stimulate circulation, and most importantly, restart breathing. The procedure wasn't limited to drownings. Physicians soon applied it to a range of conditions. Tobacco smoke enemas were prescribed for headaches, colds, hernias, even typhoid. The treatment gained such prestige that it entered the medical mainstream, with doctors confidently recommending it as a universal stimulant. Patients from all walks of life submitted to the odd ritual, trusting in the authority of science and tradition. But problems soon became clear. Far from harmless, tobacco smoke delivered through the rectum allowed nicotine and other toxins to be rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream. Instead of stimulating recovery, it often caused nausea, vomiting, irregular heartbeats, and poisoning. In some cases, it hastened death rather than prevented it. As medical knowledge advanced, skepticism grew. By the early 19th century, alternative methods of resuscitation began to replace the tobacco enema, and by the mid-1800s, it was largely abandoned. The rise and fall of the tobacco smoke enema is both comical and tragic. Today, the phrase "blowing smoke up your ass" survives as a mocking idiom. But its roots are in a very real medical practice once taken seriously by doctors and patients alike. It stands as a reminder of how easily flawed theories can spread when cloaked in authority, and how what seems absurd now may have once been the height of innovation. Looking back, the image of riverside enema kits ready to revive the drowning is almost surreal. Yet in its own time, it was a symbol of progress. A society earnestly trying to save lives with the tools it understood. The story of tobacco smoke enemas reveals not only the strangeness of medical history, but also the desperate ingenuity of humanity's quest to conquer death, sometimes at any cost.